गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय विशाल रूप जय विश्वरक्ष जय दामोदरा जय राधा कृष्ण जय विशाल रूप जय विश्वरक्ष जय दामोदरा जय राधा कृष्ण जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय धरणीन्द्र प्रभु जय पद्मनाभ जय रमणीय मोहन कृष्ण हरि जय धरणीन्द्र प्रभु जय पद्मनाभ जय रमणीय मोहन कृष्ण हरि जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय 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 कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण मनमोहना जय श्रीधर जय 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 कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण मनमोहना जय श्रीधर जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय जय जगदीश जय मृदु भाषा सच्चिदानंद नरसिंह जय जय जगदीश जय मृदु भाषा सच्चिदानंद नरसिंह जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय राधा रमण जय राम कृष्ण जय
Jai Guru Datta everyone. I would like to actually introduce Sri Srikant Dattaji. It's my great pleasure to introduce Sri Srikant Dattaji, who is the Program Director of Geeta Mahayajna, a highly respected scholar in Vedanta. Sri Srikant Dattaji has undergone, on Swamiji's instructions, Srikant Dattaji has undergone a 2-year intensive full-time Vedanta training course in Chinmaya Sandipani Sadhanalaya Ashrama in Mumbai, where Srikantji has studied Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and Vedantic texts. On completion of that course, Swamiji has instructed Srikantji to come back to US. It is our good fortune for having Srikantji back to US, and Swamiji has instructed Srikantji to actually spread the knowledge. So since then, Srikantji has been conducting Gita Mahayajna and study groups on Gita Jnana Yajna, Vedanta study groups, and then study groups for Bhagavad Gita for teens and adults. Okay, and Srikantji has been sharing this knowledge, and as I said, he is the program director of Gita Mahayajna, and Srikantji started this program here in New Jersey and in South Brunswick. Okay, this program started more than 10 years ago in South Brunswick with few students. And now the divine sankalpa of Swamiji and the efforts of Srikantji, this program now spread into 40 centers here in US and also across the world. Okay, we have about 7,000 memorizers and about 8,000 fluent readers. So there are 15,000 graduates from this program. So I'd like Srikanji to actually say a few words, and at the end, obviously, because Srikanji comes with an experience of 10 years, so there will be some questions from the audience as well. Thank you, Srikanji.
जय बोलो श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः, श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः, श्रीपादवल्लभ नरसिंह सरस्वती श्री गुरुदत्तात्रेयाय नमः। दत्तात्रेय समारंभाम् नृसिंहादिकमध्यमाम् सच्चिदानन्दपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गणपतिगुरुमेकं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् विबुधनिवहसेभ्यं योगमार्गाधिरूढम्। शरणमुपगतानाम् आर्तिसङ्घाग्रिवज्रम् मम हृदयनिवासं भक्तिनम्रो नमामि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं। यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे माधवम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै। तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। Jai Gurudatta. A very good afternoon to all of you. It's a joy to be here this afternoon and to have this opportunity to interact with batch 11 students and also the others who have assembled here. How many of you are batch 11 Geeta Mahayajna? What about the others? I hope they know their batch. Batch 11, can you all hear me properly? Huh? This also serves as a sound check. Huh? Wonderful. All are batch 11? Wonderful. Batch 11? Batch 10? Few of them also batch 10, okay. So that's why they are not raising their hands. How many of you are from previous batches other than batch alumni? Alumni, raise your hands. Okay, rest are all batch 11 then I hope. Okay, with the law of reminder. Alright, wonderful. It's my pranams at the lotus feet of Puja Dattanatha Prabhu, Param Puja Shri Swamiji, and to all the deities here in the Ved Mandir. My pranams to each of you as well who have assembled here. It always is a great joy to visit New Jersey, for I had the great fortune, blessing of coming in contact with the realized master, Sadguru, Param Puja Shri Gangeshwaranandji Swamiji. So I had first time in this life his darshan in New Jersey. So I feel this place is very, very special. And also this very special for I have learned a lot. I continue to learn a lot from New Jersey. I started my Sewa here in New Jersey Center, New Jersey Satsang. And also had, as KKG has introduced me, I had the opportunity of starting the Geeta classes here in New Jersey. Swamiji wanted me to have that experience here to learn first, to interact with these wonderful children, families, before we started the Mahayajna program. Mahayajna program was initiated by Puja Shri Swamiji in 2015, but however, he has instructed me to start teaching Bhagavad Gita prior to that. So there was a lot of learning for me in New Jersey, and I continue to learn and from these wonderful children and these wonderful families. So it's a joy. Thank you, KKG, for the warm welcome and for the introduction. I wanted to be here to be part of your journey, the Mahayajna journey that you all are undertaking, for it's a very, 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 very special journey. And Swamiji feels is also a life-transforming journey. Gita is such a powerful text. Do not please mistake this to be some chanting class, some other shloka class, not just that way. But Gita is that powerful tool which can transform our lives. Just as when we get a new gadget, buy a car, buy a phone, we want to understand what are the features it offers, so that we can put it to the best use. Similarly, the most valuable treasure that we have in our possession is this life, a great blessing. So how can we put this life to its best use? So Gita serves as that manual to transform our lives, to provide a goal, and also how can we accomplish that goal. So therefore Gita ji clearly gives us the goal and also the path for each of us to attain that highest goal. And there's a reason why Puja Shri Swamiji has given this Bhagavad Gita to small children as well. He said in the first batch, Gita, I want 18 children who would memorize Bhagavad Gita. For the upbringing of the children is a huge responsibility to all the parents. For our Shastra says, Lalayet Pancha Varshani Dasha Varshani Talayet Prapyetu Shodashe Varshe Putram Mitravad Acharet. It says the first 5 years in the child's life, give lot of love to the child, pamper the child. But then the next 10 years becomes the defining phase in the child's life, a formative years, character building, personality building is happening, so much of learning is happening. So, Puja Shri Swamiji, fully aware of this fact, he wanted to bless these children, empower these children with the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. But the Gita can transform the lives, it has the power to transform the lives. And once they get this knowledge, come 16th year, Prapyetu Shodashe Varshe Putram Mitravad Acharet. So the 10 years, first 5 years pamper the child, next 10 years is very important phase where we introduce our children to Sanatana Dharma, particularly through Bhagavad Gita. Why? We will see. And then once they come to 16th year, so we do not have to worry about what kind of choices are they making as they come into their high school and as they pave their ways into college. Are they getting into any trouble? Are they setting their priorities well? What kind of relationships are they? Healthy relationships that they are maintaining? So on and so forth. So we do not have to be worried, for Gita ji will guide them as the mother away from the mother. Because Gita ji is also a mother. Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavad Dveshni. Gita ji we do not consider just a shloka book. But Gita ji is a mother that comes down to the level of the child, guides the child, the student holding the by hand, and guides to the highest purpose of this human life. So Gita will help each of us, the children particularly, and also the adults. So, and this particular generation growing away from Bharat, it's very, very important. Luckily we had the fortune of growing up in Bharat, so we're all aware of the culture, the traditions, but it's very important that we pass that on to this generation, this next generation. So So that also is a very reason why Puja Shri Dattanatha Prabhu, Shri Swamiji has introduced Rita and brought Gita into all our lives. And hearty congratulations. I came here as I wanted to interact with all of you to be part of your journey. So usually I try to come here at the beginning of the program of batch 11. For you are all undertaking this very special journey, I should say. This is a life transforming journey. You may realize, you may not realize, it doesn't matter, for the transformation has already started to happen. And if you are here, not it is by any accident, by chance that you are here. It's a great combination that was working behind you. It is a great combination that has brought each of you into this program, into the fold of Shri Paramatma, Krishna Paramatma, and into Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Please understand that. They say Ishvara Prahadeva Pumsam Advaita Vasana. It is the grace of the Ishvara that connects us back to our sadhana. Some punya that we must have done, some sukrutam that we must have done and earned in our previous lives. And Paramatma is now showing His grace to connect us back to that very sadhana that we must have done in the previous lives. So therefore, this Gita that what we are learning is becoming possible by the grace of the Ishvara. But the Ishvara Kripa to come to us, it is very important that we also have a Guru, a master who can connect it to that Paramatma, who can pass on his blessings to each of us. So we are all truly blessed that we have Parama Puja Shri Ganapati Sachidananda Swamiji of Avadhuta Vittapetham Mysuru, who has envisioned this program, who travels across the globe, not just through Bhagavad Gita, who blesses hundreds of thousands of devotees through various Nama Sankirtana, through discourses, and through social service projects and what he takes up, Kriya Yoga, Bhagavad Gita, so many avenues that he connects to. Truly we are blessed to have such a Sadguru who has envisioned, who has believed that this is possible, and he made us believe that yes, we all can learn Bhagavad Gita, particularly children starting from as younger as 3-year-old to as elderly as 85 years old is the range of the students we have in our program. His Puja Shri Swamiji who had this vision, and he made us believe, and is making us work towards it. And that grace of his, which was initiated say roughly 10 years ago, now here we are in the program with 7,000 memorizers and 10,000 fluent readers. It's not a small task. Right after the Dwapar Yuga, where Paramatma wanted to bless the world with this knowledge, right from the Dwapar Yuga and the all in the Kali Yuga, so many learning Bhagavad Gita is not just a Guinness World Record. Of course, this program has also set a Guinness record, but this is God's record, as Puja Shri Dattanatha Prabhu says. It's not possible otherwise. The vision of Puja Shri Swamiji, for the grace of the Ishvara Kripa and the Sadguru Kripa. And we also need the Shastra Kripa to be able to study the Shastra. Bhagavad Gita that we are studying is the Shastra. Vivido hi vedokto dharmaha pravritti lakshano nivritti lakshanascha. So Shastra is that which wishes the best for us, and Bhagavad Gita is that Shastra which helps us to accomplish the 4 pursuits of Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. So therefore, we will not be able to do a program like this without the blessings of the Shastra, Gita ji being the Shastra. The very fact that we are also studying now pretty much every day on a regular basis, we all have the blessings of Gita Mata as well, the Shastra. The 4th most important is we have the Ishvara Kripa, the Guru Kripa, Shastra Kripa. But if we do not allow ourselves to go through this grace, to allow the Shastra's grace, the Guru's grace, the Ishvara Kripa to go through us, we won't be able to do it. We should not block that. The very fact that you all have allowed yourself to go through this program, you are allowing the grace to flow through you. So my friends, it is this rare combination of Ishvara Kripa, Guru Kripa, the Shastra Kripa and the Atma Kripa that this is becoming possible of you coming together and you all learning Bhagavad Gita. Is such a rare coincidence. Don't think that it is by chance or it is something ordinary. This is extraordinary to be able to learn Bhagavad Gita for that hearty congratulations, and I give a big round of applause to you. But Shri Shankara says, Bhagavad Gita, Kinchina Gita, even if you were to learn a shloka, that is good enough, it can transform our lives. And we are so blessed that we are able to learn. Now we have made a sankalpa to learn all the 700 shlokas of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So it's such a wonderful life transforming journey, and we are all geared towards completing this program successfully. So it's very, very important that we all stay focused and we all complete this program. It's not easy, for this human life itself is such a rarity of the 84 lakh species. Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham. It's not easy. Don't take this even human life as granted. For 84 lakh species, human life is a very, very rare. It's one of the species. Very rare but very special. It is only in this life and in this species of Manushya Janma that Paramatma has given the ability to evolve, to become better, and to work with the Purushartha, the self-effort. No other species in this entire creation has that ability to work and go beyond the limitations and to be able to realize one's own self or to realize the God. Thus, that rare privilege is given to this human life. Only the humans are able to do that. And being born as human, it is very important we stay focused and then we work towards that which can give us that infinite happiness, which can help us understand who we truly are, which can help us to experience that God. And so, Bhagavad Gita will serve towards its purpose for achieving the dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Therefore, Paramatma says himself, it's not easy and it's so rare, such a rarity. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatamapi siddhanam kaschid mam vetti tattvataha. Paramatma says in Bhagavad Gita, which are all going to study, of the billions that are out there, Arjuna, not everybody unfortunately puts forth an effort. There are very few who put forth an effort to know me, to understand me, to come to me. And even amongst those very few, there are very, very few handful who will finally realize me and my highest nature. So therefore, of the hundreds of thousands that are there in the community here, you are the rare chosen few who have joined batch 11, who have made a strong resolve to learn Bhagavad Gita for next 1 year. For being the rare few chosen by the Lord, give a big round of applause to yourselves. It is such a rare blessing. For Bhagavad Gita is nothing but the essence of all the Vedas and the Upanishads put together. We all understand, we all are aware that the highest embodiment of knowledge in Sanatana Dharma, the highest authority is the Vedas. But in the current time, is it possible for us to study the Vedas? It's very, very difficult for it. It's a huge commitment. It's a lot of dedication that is needed, a huge commitment, and the purity of the mind is needed. It's not easy. It takes decades and decades of study to be able to learn Vedas. Shri Krishna Paramatma, the Jagat Guru, who is very much aware of this and how the Kali Yuga is going to be, how busy we are all going to get, he has condensed the entire essence of the Vedas and the Upanishads into the simple seeming 700 verses. So if you have not studied with the Vedas, if you have not studied the Upanishads, you do not have to feel worried. When we learn the Bhagavad Gita, we are connecting to the heart of the Vedas. We are connecting to the central message of the Upanishads, for the Gita is the essence of the entire Vedic literature, for it is Sarva Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam. It is the essence of the entire Vedic literature. If one were to ask, what is the central message of the Vedas and the Upanishads? We can really feel proud and happy and content when we study Bhagavad Gita. We'll be able to understand, okay, this is what the message of the Vedas is. This is the ultimate message. This is the ultimate purpose of the Upanishads. For Paramatma has very beautifully embedded that central message into the simple seeming 700 verses. It's a very, very special text, and we all can be very happy, very proud that we are connecting to the core of the heart of the Vedas. And Bhagavad Gita, Paramatma says, Gita me hridayam partha. Oh partha, Gita is my heart. And the heart is what we consider to be very, very dear to each of us. And Paramatma says, he says, I am giving my heart to you, Arjuna, which means I am going to become the most beloved thing for me. That is what I am giving to you. And that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Gita is that most valuable gift that can give through Gita, through Arjuna, he has given to each of us. Please understand, we should, when we study Bhagavad Gita, we should study Bhagavad Gita not just as a message given by Krishna to Arjuna, but keeping each of us in mind. Paramatma has given this knowledge. Keeping each of his mind in the Kali Yuga, his children, his devotees who will be there in the Kali Yuga, keeping each of us in mind how we can put it to the best use. He has given this knowledge towards the end of Dwapara Yuga, making Arjuna as only as the nimitta. And through Arjuna, he is talking to each of us. When we study Bhagavad Gita, we take that in our hands. Every day we study Shri Krishna Paramatma talking to each of us. That is the way we should study Bhagavad Gita. The questions of Arjuna should become our questions. We should really thank Arjuna for the questions that he expresses. He wants to clarify his doubts, and the way he does is to ask him a question. And when he asks this question, you should thank him for he knows how to articulate such questions. I felt so personally, so thankful to Arjuna that this is the person that I have, I did not know how to. So wonderfully these questions. So we should really become Arjuna's when we study Bhagavad Gita, and we should all connect to the Paramatma's grace through such a wonderful message called Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So it's such a rarity. And for if there is some knowledge that can come with us, it is this knowledge. And that is the knowledge Paramatma has given to each of us. And Bhagavad Gita, do not think it is outdated 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago, this knowledge was given. What is the use of that knowledge now? Gita is very relevant to us now, for it was taught to a great leader of those times, a great dynamic warrior of those times. As you all understand, when was Gita given? Where was Gita given? In the battlefield. Gita was, Paramatma chose to reveal the knowledge in the battlefield. It was not given in a quiet hermitage at the banks of a river. It was not like that. It was given by Paramatma to Arjuna, a great dynamic warrior, and the place, that location that he has chosen is a battlefield. And he has prepared the great dynamic warrior to whom millions were looking up to become ready to discharge his duties and to take up the challenges in life. Similarly, each of us are facing so many battles in our lives. Each of us are trying to see how best we can get over these disappointments, not to be stressed, not to be worried, but to have the goal that can give us a purpose, inspiration, a direction, how to face challenges in our lives, how to be successful, how to be efficient, how to be disappointment, stress and worry free. And if anybody wants to have punya, Bhagavad Gita, studying Bhagavad Gita can give a lot of punya. If somebody wants to have the experience of going to the higher worlds like a Swargaloka, Bhagavad Gita, studying Bhagavad Gita, living its teachings can take one to the Swargaloka. If one wants to go beyond the Swargaloka to that place whence there is no coming back, if one wants to experience that infinite bliss, Bhagavad Gita blesses one with that. If somebody is looking for leadership skills, they are there in Bhagavad Gita. If somebody is looking for management, that is there in Bhagavad Gita. Management, as we understand, is managing the resources, mostly the resources in the outer world. But the one who manages all this is the mind. How well can we manage this mind is what we learn in Bhagavad Gita. That's how it becomes very, very unique. How to manage the manager called the mind. When the mind is in its best shape, then we'll be able to interact with the world better, we'll be able to respond to situations better, we will be able to draw all the experience into a very, very healthy attitude with objectivity. That is very important. Thus, that's how Gita becomes very, very relevant to our job, to each of us. Shri Krishna Paramatma did not waste any of his time singing his own glories in Bhagavad Gita. His focus was how to connect to each of us and how to help us connect to our infinite potential. And when we connect with that infinite potential in each of us, we can tap into that infinite happiness. So Shri Krishna Paramatma reminds each of us of our own divinity, of our own potential, as to how we can become a better individual and bring the best version of ourselves. So therefore, this book is very, 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 very practical. Usually, Upanishads stay at the level, they don't come down to the level of the student. They stay there, they expect the student to rise up to that understanding and then ask the right questions and be benefited from the Upanishads. Bhagavad Gita is not like that. Bhagavad Gita is like a mother with a lot of compassion. Wherever the student is, wherever in the ladder of the evolution the student is, just as the mother will come down to the child, holds the child with the hand, Gita comes down to the level of the student and guides the student from wherever they are. If you want worldly success, Bhagavad Gita will be there to guide us. If we want some punya in our lives, Bhagavad Gita is there to guide us. Dharma, if we want, Bhagavad Gita will guide us. Artha, if we want in our lives, Bhagavad Gita will guide us. Kama, any desires that we have, goals that we have to fulfill, Gita will guide us. If one says that I am done with all this, I want that which is infinite, I want that which is never ending, I want that happiness which is not sandwiched between the sorrows, I do not want the finite happiness, what I want is infinite and infinite alone. Help me understand who I truly am and who is God, is that connection. We have such philosophical questions. Gita is there to help us, to guide us towards the Parama Purushartha called the Moksha. So Gita also helps us. That's how Gita becomes very, 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 very unique text. And we are truly blessed. Away from Bharat, thousands and thousands of miles away from Bharat, if we are sitting in such a wonderful temple here in Ved Mandir, and if we are all talking about Bhagavad Gita, we are truly blessed. And thanks to Shri Krishna Paramatma for blessing us with such a wonderful knowledge, and we are able to connect it to the roots of our Sanatana Dharma through Bhagavad Gita. We will be able to understand, appreciate the thought of the Vedas, of the God. What does He wish for us? What are His expectations for us? What should be the goals that we should set for ourselves? Gita talks about it. It's not singing about the glories of Krishna, it's not singing about glories of the God sitting somewhere up in the heavens. But how can we bring that God who is there everywhere into our hearts? And how can we connect it to that God? And when we can connect to that God in our hearts, we'll be able to tap into the infinite potential. With that, success is sure we'll become much more efficient, objective in lives. Our lives become inspiring and fulfilling. And that is the wonderful journey that what you're all here to undergo. So, hearty congratulations to each of you. It's such a wonderful journey. And it's not easy program to memorize 700 shlokas, but you've got wonderful teachers here. And thousands have gone through this program. Yes, sometimes to achieve that which is the best, we'll have to sweat it out, we'll have to put forth the hard work. I don't even know if the success is worth celebrating, or if we can really call success if it just comes like that. When we strive towards it, put forth the hard work, sweat it out, and then when we get it, there's a joy in celebrating such success. Such success is really, really what Krishna says, Yatta Gatre Vishamiva Pariname Amrutopamam Tatsukham Satvikam Proktam Atmabuddhi Prasadajam. He says happiness is that sometimes it appears very bitter and like a poison. It's very, very difficult every day. Now I thought, when I saw those videos, when I saw kids performing and somewhere on the stage, I felt it's so cool. I also wanted to do. When I heard my cousin did, sometimes, but when you really start, you will feel that, oh, it's not that easy as I thought. The flavor is not so good. I thought it's just looking at the book and reading. Okay, then, but it's not easy. After the assessments, we will realize that sometimes. or it's not easy even to read the book. Right? So sometimes I feel it's not easy, it's difficult. Right? But let's not worry about it. You've got wonderful teachers, great teachers. They are there to guide you. What you all need to do is be committed. That's all. Be committed, make this strong resolve. And you take one step, the God takes 100 steps closer to you. The Paramatma can make the impossible possible. Manushyana mukam karoti vacharam pangum lanthayadegim nitkripa tamaham vande paramananda. Can we all chant it together? Mukam karoti vacharam pangum lanthayadegim nitkripa tamaham vande paramananda. So it is said mukam karoti vacharam. Mukam is a person who can't even utter a word, who can't speak. Such an individual can give eloquent speeches. And someone who can't even stand on their own feet, such a person can cross over the mighty mountains. And when this is possible, this is possible with the grace of that Supreme Lord, Paramatma. And my friends, we have the grace of the Lord equally on each of us. Please understand, it's not the privilege of real few. Each of us are blessed. Each of us have the grace in abundance. We just need to connect to that grace. How do we connect to that grace? It is through invoking that grace through our self-effort. The moment we put forth an effort and then surrender to the God, you see that we are all flooded with that grace as we connect to that grace through our self-effort. So it's very important to take one step, that's all. And then slowly start your journey, and you'll see how beautiful it becomes and how effortless it becomes. But it's very important that we are dedicated, that's all. That's all. Have that intent and put forth that effort. You see, impossible becoming possible. You will be feeling that way. So it's a wonderful journey. You all have attended the orientation. I think it's the first time that all the centers are coming together after the orientation. After the orientation. Orientation also separate. Okay. So first time, see, so Udasin, you may be thinking that Udasin is a very small center. Now you see, you have big applause to yourselves. So you all come together. So you'll see much bigger. And you have so many alumni out there who finish this program. This is mostly the current batch who is here. I'm also very happy to see the other teachers from the previous batch and alumni coming here. And it is with your immense support that we are able to realize the vision of Puja Shri Shri Swami. Amazing Sewa that you are doing. It's a joy to see all of you. So you all have attended the orientation. How many of you missed attending the orientation of batch 11? Okay, few of you missed, but most of you looks like have attended. So we'll just spend a few minutes to see what it takes to finish this program successfully. A good reminder for all of us, and also for those very helpful for those who could not attend the orientation. So now let's remind ourselves what should we be doing, or what should we keep in mind to be able to finish this program successfully. Anyone can raise your hand, I can pick. Let's take one by one. What are the important and essential things for us to finish this program successfully? Yes.
Dedication.
Huh?
Dedication.
Dedication, okay. Dedication, devotion. Sort of, but specifically about this particular program. Yes, in the back. Yes. Every day? 3 shlokas. Wonderful. Let's give a round of applause to them. Yes. So do not worry about 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. How can I memorize? Even fluent reading is not easy. How can I do that? With the kind of sometimes the feedback that what I got, the assessments. So do not worry about it. So do not try to see how you're going to complete the 700 verses or the 18 chapters. let's just focus on this. 3 shlokas per day, as simple as that. Even the mighty ocean, what you see, the rivers, what you see, when they start to drip, drop by drop, drop by drop. But then you see the might of the oceans. That's all the Gangotri is. Gangaji is like that. Starts just like that. But when you see the might, as it comes to the flames, it's amazing. Every journey starts with a step. Every step that what we take will help us to attain our destination. Therefore, 3 shlokas per day, as simple as that. That is the commitment you need to take. All the thousands are finished, you are able to finish because they have this commitment. Once in a while, we all understand what problem is. But then we should find ways to quickly catch up. 3 shlokas per day. 3 shlokas per day. Do not miss that. 3 shlokas per day. Do not start your learning on a Sunday morning after your breakfast. Right? Because you have assessments. Trying to figure out where the book is. Okay. After the class, I place it somewhere, let me find where it is because I have to go for an assessment. Do not do that. Start learning every day. Then when it comes to Sunday, you can do the revisions and then you can come back for the assessments. Maybe a little more confident. Okay. So 3 shlokas per day without fail. Success, the mantra for success is, one of the mantras is 3 shlokas per day. Very good. Next. Anything else? What else is important? Let me see, let the batch level students can.
Hold this.
Yes, the back. Huh? Practice in the shloka is wonderful. Big round of applause. So our objective is to learn all the 700 shlokas, not just the 8 shlokas of 18 or 20. But our objective is to be able to recollect all the 700 shlokas. So therefore it is very important that we also revise the shlokas that we have.
Correct,
Practice.
Okay, you want me to hold it?
Please make sure that you do
Show
your
this
revisions, you
side.
practice,
Don't show my face.
and then it stays with you. It stays with you for the rest of your life. But when you are learning, it's very important that you work on it, revise, thoroughly, practice well. Sounds good? For you to practice what is expected of you, how can you practice your shlokas? First, where does the learning start? Let me ask you that. Where does the learning start? Yes, because the class, wonderful. So again, the class is regularly, correct? Let's give you a proposal again. So attend your classes regularly. As you attend the classes, then you'll be engaged, and you are really lucky that you have the classes happening in person. You have great teachers with all the experience working with so many students across batches. So they have with them the experience, the wisdom that's needed, the compassion that's needed, and the interest with which they teach you. So it's very important that you attend the classes, you stay connected with the teachers, and you'll be able to, it also provides a great camaraderie within the class, motivating each other, helping each other, we stay connected with what's happened in the class, with the teachers. So the learning starts in the class. And we should all look at the script, listen to the teacher, and map the sound to the script. And once you understand the Mahapranas, the Sandhi rules, it becomes easy for you. So therefore it's important that you attend the classes regularly and then you practice. But how do you practice now after you go home? Audio files. And listen to the audio files that will help you to pick up the right pronunciation. Because in Sanskrit, no, if you don't chant properly, then the meaning of the words can also change. Therefore, you need to be very careful not to think what's the big difference between they're all SS, all are same. S with the dot, S with the line, and all, they're all same, one is the same. Okay, but we cannot do that. Swamiji was very, very clear when he has given this, in this program, he said, pronunciation is very important. He stressed on the importance of it. He instructed all the teachers that we should really focus on the pronunciation as well, for the meaning can change otherwise. There is a word in Sanskritam which goes like S-A-K-A-L-A. Sakala. Sakala. Sakala means what? Sakala means? Huh? Sakala means the everything, the whole, entire. Sakala means. The similar word in Sanskritam, the first letter is only different. S, instead of S, it is S with a line. The rest all is same. A, K, A, L, A. Just like Sakala, everything else is same. The first letter is different. Shakala, Shakala. Sakala is whole, the entire. Whereas Shakala means bits and pieces, just bits. See how the meaning changes between Sakala and Shakala if you want to say. Similarly, there's a word in Sanskrit which I'm sure it's also the regional language you all must have heard. Svajana. Svajana. S-V-A-J-A-N-A. Svajana. What does Svajana mean? Own people, relatives, kith and kin. Svajana. The very similar word is Sanskrit which means we just start with S with a line. That's all. Rest all is same. V-A-J-A-N-A. Yes, all letters are same. First one is of Sir, it is Shur, it becomes Shvajana. That's all. Instead of Svajana, it becomes Shvajana. So what does Svajana mean? Svajana means a dog. So see how much a difference just a letter can make to a word. Therefore, it's very important we pay attention, and therefore when we see teachers stressing on this, it is for this reason that you have to learn properly, and it's a great opportunity for you to learn properly. So when you come for assessments, don't get stressed out, and it's not proving to anybody. It's just you trying to get better from what you did last week, and you just trying to get better from your own perspective of learning this properly. That is all. That is all. It's not about giving assessments in front of somebody. Put that aside. We are all students here learning. You are learning from there, and the teachers are learning from here. That's all. So all of us are students in this program. We're all learning, and do not hesitate. Do not have any hesitation. You should look forward for these sessions. Classes happen on the weekdays, but it's one way the teachers are teaching. But for you to make sure that you have picked it correctly, for the teachers also to know that you are learning it properly, Sundays or the assessments serve that purpose. When you all come, you should feel free to ask the teachers, am I doing this properly? Am I making any mistakes? Can you please help me? Last time I had a problem with end dot, or I had a problem with sure, am I doing this properly? This Sundays, how do I go about it? Am I doing it properly? Can you please listen to me? Can you please provide the feedback? So that's how we interact with the teacher, not get stressed out, not get worried. Teachers are only trying to help you. Yes, they will try because it's their responsibility to make sure it's like this. When the sculptor, right? The sculptor, what is responsibility? He takes a nice stone and he chisels out and he brings a nice murti out of it. Right? So that is what is happening. Everybody, when they start this program, particularly children, they may not even have any experience of any shlokas prayer, not required. They learn it here. They will not even know how to read the script, doesn't matter. They will learn it here. There are also adults who may not have studied Sanskritam, but it doesn't matter. They will learn whatever is needed for them to learn properly the Bhagavad Gita and the Sanskritam chanting. And what you're learning is not only Bhagavad Gita, please understand. When you understand the rules here, the way to chant, it is a Sanskritam that what you're learning, how to chant. Once you get these rules, you'll be able to learn a lot of other stotras as well. That is definitely, there are so many students who have come back and said, I have been chanting Vishnu Sahasranam, Lalitha Sahasranam throughout my life, but I didn't realize that I was not doing it properly. Now I realize and I understand and become conscious of whatever that I'm chanting now, and I'm able to go back and fix those. So similarly, what you're learning here is not required that you should have the prior knowledge, not needed, but to be taught here. But you'll have to provide the time and commitment, come to the teachers, and do not worry about the mistakes that they may write. They are only trying to help you. Making mistakes is not a crime. We all make mistakes. But once we know what those are, then we should try to try to fix those. We should try to do that. That's all. If you are making 10 mistakes this Sunday as part of the assessments, when you come back the following Sunday, bring it down to 7, bring it down to 8, 7, 5. The following week when you come back again, bring that down to 6. And the following week when you come back, bring it down to 4. Slowly work on that. There's no need, you are not required to do your final exams the next week, the next month. There's sufficient time for all of you. Just be committed. That's all. Sounds good? So to summarize, attend the classes regularly, attend the assessments regularly, proactively seek for the feedback, work on the feedback, and then after the class, listen to the audio files to make sure you pick up the right pronunciation, because if you were to practice it wrongly, then you have to unlearn and then relearn. That's more work, correct? So therefore it's important that you listen, you attend the classes regularly without missing the classes, and listen to the audio files, practice with the audio files, and when you come to the assessment, you'll be able to fix that. Sounds good? Right? And then daily 3 shlokas, don't be worried, some 100 shlokas, don't jump to the conclusion, oh, this program is very difficult than what I thought. Don't ever say, I do not have time. Just we have to remind ourselves, Geeta was taught to Arjuna in the battlefield. Are we busier than Arjuna who was in the battlefield? That was the most riskiest moments in anyone's life, challenging moments, to be in the battlefield. Any arrow could be shot any moments. That's when the Bhagavad Gita was given. For already Arjuna, both armies have assembled already. You all know that, right? Starting chapter 1?
Yeah.
Chapter which shloka is there? 10 shlokas. Now you're going to see, right? Samaveta Yutsavaha, first already it was said. So Samaveta Yutsavaha, desirous to fight, both armies have already assembled. Dhritarashtra is asking, what happened to Sanjaya? They both have come, and even in fact the great warrior Arjuna commanded the charioteer and friend and cousin Krishna, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Stapaya Mechuta Yavadetan Nirikshayam Yodhukaman Avasthitam. You're going to study very soon. He commands his Krishna, he commands the charioteer, can you please place the chariot between both the armies so I can take a look of who all I should be fighting with, who all have come to fight me. I would like to take a look. Take a stock at the situation. Oh Krishna, please place the chariot. And Dhanurudyamya Pandavaha, he uplifted his bow and getting ready with his arrows, and now he is getting ready to release his arrow. And then Krishna places the chariot strategically. Bhishma Drona Pramukhataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashyayetan Samavetan Kurun iti. Says the Paramatma, Arjuna, you wanted to see? Okay, behold, now you see the mighty Kaurava army, and you see who all have come here, who all we should be fighting with. And he takes the chariot and strategically places the chariot right in front of Bhishma and Drona. There starts the journey. If the chariot was placed in front of Duryodhana, I think the world would have missed the masterpiece. Or Dushasana, the world would have missed the masterpiece, seriously. Would have jumped into the battle. But when it was placed in front of Bhishma and Drona, then that's what a guru can do to all of us. Guru sees how well the student is rooted and how firm he is in the knowledge, and he prepares the student beforehand, before he set out to take up challenges in life. When Arjuna taught for 13 years, in fact, he has prepared himself for that day. He knew that it's going to come. While Dharmaraja was busy getting all the knowledge from the different sages in the forest, our hero Arjuna was set out to acquire a lot of divine weapons to prepare himself for this battle. He did that, prepared all 13 years. But when the situation has come on the day when he had to fulfill his responsibilities, challenge was staring right at his face in the form of Bhishma and Drona, for they are the great warriors. Dronacharya is his teacher who taught him how to hold the bow, how to shoot, how to aim, was taught by Dronacharya. Bhishma Pitamaha, in whose lap Arjuna literally grew, and he is a great warrior who never lost a battle, Bhishma. And how can I fight these warriors, and how can I go past them while they are alive? How can I touch the Kaurava forces? It seemed very daunting and very difficult. So there was some sense of hesitation and fear, even though Arjuna was a great warrior. For Bhishma and Drona, it was not up to his capacity to do so. It was Shri Krishna Paramatma who was supporting Arjuna. With his strategy, he was able to eliminate them. Otherwise, it's not easy. So therefore, when challenges are facing and when we need the clarity and the strength to face the challenges, Gita becomes a way for us to accomplish it. So this great warrior standing right in front of Bhishma and Drona, and then he tried to, with this knowledge, he was able to figure out how to go about it. So, such a riskiest movement where the arrow can be shot from any of the sides at any moment. And Paramatma gave this knowledge to Arjuna in those busiest moments and riskiest moments. So, can we really say that we are busier than Arjuna in the battlefield? We are not. We have to find a way to accommodate this in our lives. We have to, for it helps us, it prepares us to face the challenges in our lives. It's not just about that. Another very important reason why particularly all the adults have to do. Krishna says, Yadyaracharate shreshtaha tattadeve tarojanaha sayat pramanam kurte lokastadanu vartate. So whatever great man of a given times, whatever standards he sets, all those looking up to him will also follow that, for they consider that person to be their role model. My dear friends, our children are looking up to us. Please understand that. Please remember that. The Lord has given these children with a responsibility. Parenting comes with responsibility. Therefore, we as parents have to learn first. It's very important. Gita is not just for children. Gita is for us, for adults. When we can feel inspired, when we apply these teachings in our lives, when our lives becomes an expression of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, then there comes a beauty, and only such a living can inspire these children. For Puja Shri Swamiji says, an ounce of practice is better than tons of empty talk. We can talk so much, we can tell our children, we should do it, you should do it, no problem. For the love or for the fear, they will do it. But that's not the way to ask and challenge our children to do it. We do it, we show it, how it is to be lived. We feel inspired with this knowledge, and through our living, we inspire this generation. So it's very important that we all should also learn this. And we cannot afford this knowledge to be lost. Please remember that. For Krishna cautions Arjuna and each of us when he says, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan ahamavyem vivasvan manave praha manurikshvakave pravit evam parampara praptam imam rajashayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashtaf parantapa. He says, this knowledge that I have given the beginning of the creation to the sun god gave it to Manu gave it to Ikshvaku, and that's how this knowledge has come in the parampara, Guru Shishya parampara, but with the long passage of time, this knowledge got lost. This knowledge got lost. And I have come back here, that infinite, that supreme Paramatma, he says, I have taken this form of Shri Krishna as Vasudeva, Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Martanam. He has taken this life of Shri Krishna, is born to bless the mankind again with that very knowledge which got lost. So it's very important that we make sure that this knowledge is not lost in our lifetime, and we have to make sure that we uphold this knowledge which can protect and which can support the dharma and the knowledge which can guide the next generations. Please remember this. There is a higher responsibility on each of us that we learn this knowledge ourselves and we put that into practice, and we challenge and encourage the next generation to learn this. For if the next generation was not to learn this knowledge, then this will be lost, and we cannot afford for the knowledge to be lost. So therefore it's very, very important that we practice this. We learn this and we practice this. It's very important. So chapter 12, you all have finished chapter 12? Chapter 12 all done? anyone can come here and summarize the meaning of chapter 12, how the call for progresses. Chapter 12. Any adults would like to give it a try? So chapter 12, you would like to try? Please come. Please come.
Hari Om.
Quick summary in 3-4 minutes.
So in Krishna, chapter 12 of Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, start also with the Bhakti Yoga. In Bhakti Yoga, Sita said that Krishna said the second Yuvacha evam tasadayuktaye tasvam parivatade echa peksharam yuktam yesham keyu kadittamaha. So you know started? Bhagavad Gita, what is the he has one different kinds of work. And we started with him. Even if you know the different work, you want to use Shraddha, Shraddha, there is a monk. So, different types of bhakti is get, and who is there? What kind of bhakti? Samdrita Yogi, Samdrita Yogi, Dhatna Nishaya. You don't know the work of the favorite. So the person who is doing is Nishaya, he is who he is doing. He is he is always studying, right? Not even me. He gives us for example, hot and cold is in the hot and cold is same. Either enemy or a friend is same. And so you know. Okay.
Thank you everybody for being here tonight, this evening, and we are all very excited that the youngsters have decided to recite the entire chapter, 12th chapter of the Gita. Thank you guys. Thank their parents also for bringing such good values in their children. Please give them a good round of applause, please. We are also very happy that our Swami Bhagwat Maharaj, who has come from India to visit with us and has been staying with us for the last 2 weeks approximately, and who's leaving tomorrow night, is being honored by the township of East Brunswick, and the mayor himself, Mayor Black Cohen, is here to honor him. I thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much. For those who don't know, Brad Cohen has been the mayor of East Brunswick. I think this is his fifth year running. He won the second election in last November and got a new term in January. So we are going to be with him. Oh, this is third term. So sorry. Where's? Who told me it's 2 terms? I said it's third term. You said no. Anyway, so this is third term, but hopefully he'll be with us for the 4th and the 5th and the 6th terms also. Mayor Cohen is one of the very few mayors in America, especially a Republican mayor, who is absolutely pro-community. He's Democrat. Mahesh? Stupid. Anyway, I'm sorry. Well, I tell you what, whether Republican or Democrat, he's the best mayor we've ever had. And I think what we're going to do is write to Google to please change his profile. He got his profile from Google and he's the Republican. In any event, sorry about the mistake. My fault, totally my fault. I should have come prepared. I have not come prepared, but I myself did not know that the mayor was going to honor us on this occasion. But I'm very thankful to the mayor. A few words. As you can see, the East Brunswick community is prospering, growing. So many affluent Indians are moving into this community, into this community. One of the prime reasons is the administration of our mayor, who has made sure that East Brunswick has one of the best, if you don't know about it, that I know, has one of the best school systems. How many of your kids go to East Brunswick public schools? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. So it's one of the best public school systems that exist in New Jersey these days, and we are very thankful for that. Our community is very thankful to you for that. And one more great achievement has been that the crime rate there's no crime, so how can there be a rate? There's practically no crime in the township of East Brunswick. We have not heard of burglaries, robberies, murders, this and that. That's all due to the excellent administration of Mayor Cohen. I would not only pray to the good Lord, but I would really sincerely hope and pray that he continues with us for as long as he is healthy, and of course I'll pray that he remains healthy for a longer time, so he can be a mayor for a longer time. And I'm sure our devotees are very fond of him. If they are not, let me tell you, we should be fond of mayors like this. He has been very instrumental in this building of this temple, building of the extension, building of the parsonage. They have been very cooperative with us. And even though we built this massive structure without the permits, the contractor cheated us, the mayor and his building department have been very cooperative, and they've given us all the permits now, and very soon you will see a beautiful extension completed. And that in great measure is due to the sympathy of Mayor Cohen. As I said, he's very community minded, and he is not only community minded for us, but for all minorities. As opposed to some of the Republicans who are not that fond of minorities, but Mayor Cohen, I think, is exactly the opposite. He could pass away as a Democrat very easily. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and my little children, let's have a great round of applause. Let's see. Big one. Thank you. And now I will give the mic to our very good, profound devotee, Dinesh Bahel, who has helped us tremendously with our building expansions, and he is a member of the legislative council of the township of East Brunswick, and he is also very active in the temple activities. We see him all the time here every weekend. So, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen, please go round of applause to Dinesh Bahel.
I'm going to read a proclamation from Mayor Cohen. Yes. Honoring Mahamandaleshwar Swami, Bhaskarnanji Maharaj Udasin. Whereas Mahamandaleshwar Swami Bhaskarnan Maharaj Udasin is the revered head of Guru Gangeshwar Ved Mission and Sansthan, an esteemed institution founded in 1968 by Guru Gangeshwaranandji Maharaj with the sacred purpose of preserving the ancient Vedas through printed and physical forms of worship, study and spiritual enlightenment. And whereas, as a devoted disciple of Anantshrivibhushit, Puja Swami Gangeshwaranandji Maharaj, His Holiness Swami Bhaskarnanji Maharaj faithfully upheld the timeless tradition of devotion, service and leadership, enabling generation of seekers to access and study the sacred Vedic texts. And whereas under his spiritual guidance, the mission continues to foster cultural heritage, universal wisdom, and spiritual growth across the world. His visit to the United States, particularly to Ved Mandir in East Brunswick from September 8th to September 21st, 2025, is a profound blessing to our community, offering an opportunity for collective spiritual upliftment, deeper engagement with the Vedic heritage, and the strengthening of bonds across cultures and faiths. Now, therefore, we proclaim that Mayor Rajya Cohen of Township of East Brunswick hereby extend our heartfelt gratitude and deepest respect to Mahamandaleshwar Swami Bhaskarnanji Maharaj Udasin for his extraordinary contributions to humanity, and thus formally recognize and honor his presence and the divine light he brings to our community and to the world. Given under his hand and the great seal of Township of East Brunswick, this 21st day of September in the year 2025, Mayor Rajya Cohen. Thank you.
मृतं देवे त्रिपादूदौदय पुरुषः पादो श्रेया भवत्पुनः कथो विग्रन्थग्रामसासने अभिततो विराट जायत विराजो अधिपुरुषः सजातो अजन्तवचारो
मैं तो घर का आदमी है स्वामी जी। अरे देखना
Now I'm going to ask Mayor to say a few words. Mayor Cohen.
Thank you and good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to. I'm sorry. First, I'd like to formally welcome Swami Bhagwat Maharaj. And I think that it's a great time of year for us to be recognizing, as we celebrate this fall, which is usually a sign of crops and new life and new growth, a new season, school starts, all of it's a new time of year. And as I look around the room here, I'm moved by the fact that the kids are right up front. And I think it tells you something about a town, a community, and a culture when the people that get the first row are our children, because that's our future. And I think that as a society where we can look at the world at odds with one another right now, to be in a place where we are celebrating spiritual growth, where our children have the opportunity to learn from elders and people who are our spiritual guides to the future. It allows you to have basically 1 foot in the modern world in which you live in right now, and face the reality with the backdrop of a history that goes back for thousands of years. And it allows you the opportunity to stand on the shoulders of those people that came before you, that you're not here alone, and that the world around you has rules and guidelines and order that you need to learn. But if you do it right, then in another couple of decades, it's going to be you that's standing up here, and you're that's talking to the crowds, and it's going to be your community that you run, and it's going to be your future that you're paving. But it always behooves you to remember that you didn't do it alone, that you did it on the shoulders and the backdrop of people who came before you, and there were people that came before them. We don't stand in the middle of the sea by ourselves. And these are your guideposts. So I wish for all of you, and I, of course, again, welcome Swami Maharaj here to the township, and to see what type of wonderful community we've created here, where there's multiple cultures and we all learn from one another. And so while you can go onto Facebook and TikTok and social media and Instagram and all, learn about how people are angry and fighting with one another, you could also look at the world that we live in and the world that you come from, and look at the really good things that are going on around you every day. It's just what you choose to concentrate on, and how much you take out of the opportunity you have here to learn and create the future that you want. But your opportunities are infinite in this country, in this state, and in this township. So I hope that's what Swami Maharaj was able to glean in his limited time here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much. By the way, on a lighter note, I did go out and check with the gentleman who told me that Mayor is Republican. He said, I purposely made that mistake. And I said, why did you make that mistake, you fool? He said, no, this way, both the Republicans and the Democrats will vote for him. So, he's a very, very proactive mayor. He needs all the support from the entire community. And so, on that note, I'll end. And Mr. Mayor, thank you so very, very much for gracing all the major occasions of ours. He's been there on every major occasion. Comes here for Diwali, comes on the last day of Navratri, comes whenever we call him. So we are very, very grateful to you and your entire team, and especially the building department.
Thank you.
Oh, see this, they are saying to say a few more good words about the mayor. So he allows us to park on the empty field, no longer belongs to the farmers. The town of East Brunswick has acquired it, and we have given them the easement to use our road freely. On that note, I'll request one small thing. That road that comes from the main road, River Avenue, is our private property, where the easement is to the township, to the lady who is a neighbor, to ourselves. So at least the front portion of the road, please have the Public Works Department repair it, number one. Number two, we Indian community are growing, and as you can see, more and more people are visiting the temple. I would really request you, humbly request you, to allow us to please use the parking lot, the fields there for parking. Rest assured, we'll provide you with insurance certificate, we'll be liability certificate. You have it, great. And we'll have plenty of volunteers present there. And we'll also, when we have very big rush, we also give a call to the police department. They're charging us $320 to send a few officers here to make sure that the traffic is moving smoothly. We will follow each and every rule which we have not followed in the past, especially with respect to building the hall, but we will definitely follow all the rules, and I'm sure the mayor of the township will consider our request maybe 2 or 3 times a year only. But again, I personally, on behalf of the chairman and the managing trustee of this temple, personally indebted to Mayor Cohen and his entire administration and to Dinesh Behar for using his good offices in the mayor to get all these things done. Thank you very much. Are you starting your chanting now? Yes. You want to start your chanting now?
Yes, we are starting.
Yes, they are doing.
Are you starting?
Yes, they are starting.
Mayor, I can request the mayor to sit for 3-4 minutes, only 4 minutes, while you're chanting. Are you ready to chant? Start? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Om. Let's go. We all are very grateful for the parents of these children for bringing them here and also imbibing such fabulous sanskars in them.
Thank you very much.
God bless you and God bless each and every one of you. And once again, thanks for coming in, and we hope to see you again soon. God bless.
Swami Jiga.
I'm really very sorry if I interfered in this program, but I thought it was very necessary. Thank you all, and once again my profuse apologies for pushing in myself in your program. Take care.
We all are really blessed with the divine presence of Puja Shri Swamiji here, Mahamandaleshwar, Shri Bhagwat Swamiji. So having darshan of Samsat Mahatmas is a great blessing, and we're all truly blessed. And let's all thank Swamiji for coming here and giving and blessing all of us with his presence. There's a wonderful chanting of chapter 12. Amazing. That's your first chapter that you have learned, correct? Wonderful. So this is an amazing festival. You have chapter 12. You remember chapter 12. I've seen several of you chanting from your memory, which is wonderful. So that's the way that you have learned your chapter 12. That's how you will go on to learn the rest of your chapters as well. Once you're able to memorize chapter 12, you can also memorize the entire Bhagavad Gita. So it's amazing to see such young children and also the adults able to recite Gita from, and very hearty congratulations to all of you. I think the Aarti starts at 7 o'clock.
7, yeah.
Yes,
You still have 15-20 minutes.
Okay. So we have about 15 minutes, and we'll quickly, see, whenever we learn Bhagavad Gita is not a text that should be only chanted and left it there. Well, there was a time where people felt that to having a Gita in a puja room itself is auspicious, which is very true. To have a Gita in our homes is a great blessing in itself. But it cannot just be limited to a puja altar. Gita is not a text to be limited to puja altar, not just for the Parayana, but Gita is a text that has to be lived, that has to be applied. That's when we see the true benefit and the might of this wonderful and most powerful text, blessed by the Gita Acharya, Jagadguru Shri Krishna Paramatma. So there was a time, but grace of Puja Shri Gatarata Prabhu Shri Swamiji, that the book has come out of the puja rooms now. As young as 3-year-olds are able to memorize Bhagavad Gita, to be able to chant, which is wonderful. And so many are learning, studying the meanings and applying the teachings. So therefore it's important that we also understand the meaning. So please try to learn the meanings as you're also learning the shlokas. So quickly we'll give a rundown of chapter 12 in the next few minutes. and then we all can get ready for Aarti, and after that there's also Mahaprasad is also being provided for all of you. The temple is providing, and a few of the volunteers also are helping, which is wonderful. So let's all partake the Aarti after a few minutes, and then we'll have the Prasad before you leave. So let's quickly spend a few minutes to understand chapter 12 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 12 is Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti, we all understand, it's devotion. Yoga has a lot of meanings. In this context, in chapter 12, yoga is a upaya, it's a means, a way. So devotion can become a way for us to connect to the Supreme Paramatma, that God who is there everywhere, that God is also there in our hearts. How with devotion, through devotion, we can connect to Him, that God who is there everywhere, that very God who is also there in our hearts. Devotion can become a great means. So this chapter starts with, as you will see, Bhagavad Gita, every chapter starts with either Arjuna Uvacha or Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, with an exception to
Chapter 1.
first chapter is only exception. Second chapter also. So when you study second chapter, you will see. But other than the first and second chapters, you will see pretty much all the chapters start either with Arjuna Vacha or Shri Bhagavan Vacha. It's mostly Arjuna expressing his questions to clarify his doubts from Shri Krishna Paramatma, and very passionately, with a lot of compassion, patiently, Shri Krishna Paramatma goes on to answer many questions of Arjuna to provide the needed clarity to Arjuna and to each of us. Now, how does this chapter start? Evam satata yuktaye. Evam means in this way. When somebody starts their statement in this way, right, it means that there is some context prior to it and they are connecting to that. So that's how this chapter also starts. Chapter 12 meaning there were already 11 chapters that happened prior to it. Correct? So Arjuna's question is this. After listening to Paramatma, he says, "O Krishna Paramatma, you have spoken about meditating on the formless, and you have also spoken about worshipping the form. O Paramatma, which devotee is well placed? Because you have glorified both. Now, which devotee is well equipped? Which devotee is well placed? Is it the devotee who is worshipping the form, Saguna Brahma, or is it the devotee who is meditating on the formless, the Nirguna Brahma Upasana? So, which is better?" So the question truly, even though Arjuna is asking which of the devotees is better, we cannot be really comparing these two, but these two are two different paths altogether. We cannot really say which devotee is better, the one worshipping the form or worshipping the formless, but they both are pursuing the paths that they are comfortable with. So that is the glory of our Sanatana Dharma, that there is no one size that fits all. It's not required that there has to be only one way and everybody has to follow that way. The beauty is we have so many ways to connect to that one Paramatma. And also in our Sanatana Dharma, it is no confusion. There's no confusion. We said there is one God, but we also said there are many gods. For this one God has manifested as many. So when we say many gods, we have no problem, for it is that one God alone who is manifesting as many gods. So therefore that one infinite, when he wants to create and project, manifest this entire universe, he becomes Brahma. And for that very infinite God, when he has to sustain, protect this entire creation, his entire creation, he becomes Vishnu. And when the time comes to dissolve his creation back into himself, so that he can again present it back afresh, then that very infinite God becomes Shiva. So therefore there is no confusion. So now when Arjuna is asking, we cannot really say which devotee is better, for both lead to that Paramatma. So therefore, the way that Paramatma answers is, I talked about those who worship, who meditate on the formless in the upcoming shlokas of Arjuna. But in the first shloka is the question, which is, "O God, which devotee is well placed, well equipped? Is it the one who is worshipping the form or the formless?" Second shloka, he says, The one who is worshipping the form, the Saguna Brahma Upasaka, or the worshipping on the Saguna Brahma, the Vishwarupa, with faith and unflinching devotion, he is the best. Now the third and fourth shlokas he also talks about Et Vaksharamanitesham Avyaktam Paryupasate Sarvatra Gamachintyancha Utasthamacharam Dhruvam. He says, those who meditate on the formless also come to me. It depends on who is asking this question. If a middle schooler were to ask, is high school better or college better, the answer will be given which is pertinent to that who is asking the question. For the middle schooler, first has to finish the high school and then get to the college. So for him, the high school becomes important. When he goes through that phase, when he is ready, then yes, college becomes important. So it depends on, if a high schooler is asking this question at the end of his 12th grade, then the answer will be given, college is important. So it also depends on who is where in the ladder of evolution. So first shloka, which devotees are pleased, even though Arjuna is asking that way, the answer given is, the one who is worshipping the form is best. For Arjuna was not ready to meditate on the formless. For many of us who are not ready, the most important thing is at least have faith in the form and to be able to worship the form with unflinching devotion. When we get ready, the third and fourth shlokas also talk about meditating on the formless. Those who meditate on the formless also come to me. Fifth shloka is a word of caution. Kleshaha adhikatarastesham avyaktasakta ketasam. But meditating on the formless is more difficult. When he says more difficult, meaning even worshipping the form is also not easy. To worship the form with faith and unflinching devotion is also not easy. But more difficult is for one to meditate on the formless. That's the fifth shloka. Why is it so? Because we are identified with this form. We consider ourselves to be this body. We limit our existence to this body. Therefore, we identify ourselves as this woman or the man, the boy or the girl, the youth, children, middle-aged one, because we get identified with the body. When we identify ourselves with this body, connecting to the infinite becomes very difficult, but relating to a form becomes relatively easier. So therefore, also Paramatma says, when we are attached to this body, identified with this body, for such individuals, meditating on the formless is more difficult. Fifth shloka. Then why is worshipping form easier? Because that's the beauty of Saguna Bhakti, where the Paramatma becomes a part of this journey, where he comes to uplift his devotees, where he becomes part of the journey, guides the devotees, protects the devotees, helps them cross over this mighty samsara. Teshamaham samudharta mrityu samsara sagara bhavami chirat partha manjaveshita ekasam. This is when we can develop the bhakti like the Ananya bhakti like Prahlada did. We have seen how he has come to rescue. And when he said, when he made the promise that God is there everywhere, when his father wanted to know if the God was there in the pillar, the Lord himself had to be ready to manifest from the pillar in order to make sure that whatever his devotee has promised, it will it will become true. So that is how the Paramatma is there to protect, and we all have seen the story of Prahlada, how he is protected. And Paramatma comes to rescue the devotees when we do the Saguna Brahma Upasana. So therefore it becomes Saguna Brahma Upasana becomes easier relatively, for he becomes part of the devotee's journey. But then how can we connect to the God? That is the beauty again of Sanatana Dharma. There is no one technique for all. God gives different techniques. If you are ready, absorb your mind in me, absorb your intellect in me. By doing so, you will always remain in my thoughts. Mayeva manahadhansva, my buddhim niveshaya. Vasishyasi mayeva atabuddhamina samshaya. There will be no doubt. There are certain shlokas where Paramatma promises in Bhagavad Gita, makes a promise and gives us the assurance that is needed. Let there be no doubt about this, Arjuna. If you are able to absorb your mind in me, your intellect in me, you always remain in my thoughts, and for such individual, the success is for sure. You will come to experience me. And even after this life, you can also go to the higher worlds and you can stay connected to the God in Shloka. But is it easy for all of us to absorb our mind and intellect in the God? Then what about such individuals? Paramatma is very kindful, gives the next technique. If you are not able to place your mind and intellect in me continuously, do not worry. As and when it runs away, slowly bring it back again. Yato yato nishchalati manaschanchala masthiram tatas tato niyam yetate atmani eva vasham niyet. The shloka of Paramatma talks about, if you are not able to place your mind, atachittam samadhatum na shaknoshi maistram, if you are not able to place it steadily, and if it is running away, as and when it runs away, do the abhyasa, the continuous practice of slowly bringing it back again and placing it in me. So please try to do that exercise. Second one. If that is also not possible, because that is also a mental exercise to bring the mind, to master the mind, to bring it back is not easy, for the mind is very subtle. To master the mind is not easy. So Paramatma says, if you are not able to do so, do not worry. Get up and run into the field of action and perform Karma Yoga. When we can do Karma Yoga meaning essentially we have to become the instrument of the God, learn to become instrument of the God. We are all very dynamic individuals, fulfilling so many responsibilities in the world outside. Krishna says we don't have to, that's the beauty of Bhagavad Gita, we do not have to stop what we are doing. Be engaged as dynamically as possible in the world, fulfilling all our responsibilities and duties. Please do so. But there is a certain attitude with which we do. That is all Bhagavad Gita says. Let us not try to be so full of ourselves, say I can do it, I alone can do it, the way that I do, nobody else can do it. Right? I don't even need God and I can do everything better. That should not be the attitude. One should learn to become a humble servant, humble devotee of the God. One should become an instrument of the God. We should learn to do that. Just imagine if the violin were to say that I can play better, I don't need the violinist. Can ever a beautiful melody can come out of it? It cannot. Only when the violin learns to surrender itself to that artist, and when it becomes an instrument in the hands of the artist, we can hear the melodious music. Only when we can connect it to the Paramatma, when we can completely surrender to the Paramatma, when we become the instrument of the Paramatma and allow His grace to flow through us, that's when we can see the beauty emanating out of our lives with such a surrender and with such a devotion. So that is the 10th shloka that Paramatma says, Karma Yoga, where we become an instrument of the God, and whatever that we do, let that become an offering and worship unto the God. But if that's not possible, because we will not be able to do everything for only God's sake, for we have our own agenda, our own wishes. So when he says, if you are not able to do all your actions for my sake, then you perform your actions for your own sake, no problem. That is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita, and that is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. Based on wherever we are and how much ever we are ready, those techniques are given to us. If the mind can be absorbed, intellect can be absorbed naturally, wonderful, do so. If that's not possible, the mind is slipping through, then slowly bring it back, second technique. If that is also not happening, then run into the field of action, perform Karma Yoga as an instrument of the God, and worship, and offering all your actions as a worship unto that God. If that is also not possible, then you go on to fulfill your own dreams and your own activity and your agenda. But when the result comes, learn to accept the result as coming from the Paramatma, the prasad as a prasad, the karma phala. Do not develop so much of attachment and insistence on the fruit of action. Learn to accept whatever for the mother knows what is best for the children. When to give to the child, how much to give to the child, mother knows. And Paramatma is the mother and the father of this entire universe. Pitahamasya jagataha mata dhata pitamaha. You are all going to study coming from Bhagavad Gita. This shloka you all will be learning. Where Paramatma says, I am the father and the mother of this entire universe. So that father and that mother of this entire universe is also truly speaking our protector and our mother and the father. He knows what is best for each of us, and He gives that to the right time, to the right individual at the right time. Why should we be worried about it. So completely surrender to Him. We will believe in doing whatever that we can to the best of our abilities and perform that action, and when the fruit comes, we'll accept it with maturity. Yes, this is what the Lord gave to me. This is what I deserve based on what I have done. So Paramatma says, Karma Phalatyaga, 11th shloka. But if somebody were to say, do this, if you're not able to do this, do this. If you're not even able to do this, then do this. If you can't even do this, then do this. The student sometimes may feel that last option is very inferior, or he may be disheartened that I'm not able to do this, or this, or this. I'm choosing the last option. Maybe I'm not good. Maybe I'm not fit for this path. So the student does not feel disheartened. Krishna says, Arjuna, don't think Karma Phalatyaga is any ordinary. Karma Phalatyaga can lead to highest tyaga, Chanti Anantaram, that can lead you to the highest bliss. So don't think that that is any inferior. So he praises the Karma Phalatyaga in the 12th shloka. 13th till 19th, we see the great qualities of a Jnani Bhakta. What are the good qualities of a Jnani, of a Bhakta, of a Sannyasi? So that are given from 13, 19. We always feel that we can claim ourselves to be the devotees of God. But God actually gives a description who He considers to be dearer to Him from 13 to 19 shlokas. So do not think that it's only for sannyasis or jnanis or bhaktis. No. For us to be even good human beings, for us to become great leaders, those qualities really help, and we can inculcate those qualities in our lives from 13th to 19th shlokas. 20th is the conclusion of this entire chapter. So when we study Bhagavad Gita, at least the flow we should be able to follow along. First shloka, question from Arjuna. Second shloka, Saguna Brahma Upasana is the best. Third and fourth, Nirguna Brahma Upasakas also come to me. Fifth shloka, Nirguna Brahma Upasana is more difficult. Sixth and seventh, he talks about Saguna Brahma Upasana is easy because he becomes part of our journey. Then 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, different techniques to connect to the Paramatma through devotion and through mind and through Karma Yoga, through Karma Phalatyaga. 12th, he praises the Karma Phalatyaga. 13th to 19th, the great qualities of a Bhakta, to be a good human being, to become good devotees, and for also to be great leaders. What are the qualities? 12th shloka, he concludes. So that is how this chapter thought flow progresses. That's how we should learn. I would like to conclude this so that we can also proceed for the Arati with this just one statement. All of you have made this resolve. It is, as we discussed, by the Ishvara Kripa, by the Guru Kripa, Shastra Kripa and Atma Kripa, you are all here, but you have to make it count. Sometimes it may become difficult. It is said, Prarabhyate nagaru vignabhayena nichaihi prarabhya vigna nihata viramanti madhyaha vignair muhur apipratihanyamanaha prarabdha muktamajana paritte. One will not even take up a task. Just with this thought of what if I am not able to do it. The second category, they take up a task with all enthusiasm. But when they realize that it's not easy, and there are certain challenges and obstacles, without even giving their best, without even trying sincerely, they give up. Second category. But there is third category, my friend. Vignair muhur api pratihanyamanaha prarabdha muktamajanana parityajanti. Once we make a resolve, the third mindset, once they make a resolve, come what may ever, how many other obstacles may come, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to complete this, see this until the finish line. There could be many hurdles that can come, but hold on to that one wish and sincere sankalpa from you that I would like to finish this and I would like to complete it. You make that sankalpa, the Lord shall make it happen. Hold on to that. Those thousands who have finished are the ones who held on to that, they never gave up. When the going was getting tough, they have become tougher and they kept going. So therefore it's very important that you hold on to that with the very intent that you all have joined the program, put forth your best effort and give your best. The Lord's grace is there and you will see the impossible can become possible. Once again, hearty congratulations to each of you. You got great help in the form of all these wonderful teachers. So please seek their guidance and get their guidance. Let's all quickly see all the teachers who have assembled, because it's very rare to see all of them working through multiple centers. So if all the teachers can get up, we can all see them real quick. All the teachers, mentors. We have teachers from South Region, Mr. from Monroe Center, and now she is coming from UBIG from Medicine Center. Please come. So this is any other mentors here? Do not feel shy. Okay, wonderful. Let's give them a big round of applause for the very sincere Sewa that they do. So they've got a lot of experience, tons of experience. So please talk to them. Don't come to conclusion. This is very difficult. Maybe I'll come back next year. Do not make such mistakes. Everybody will take some time to settle down in the program. And once you follow the guidelines, you'll do very well. That's also, please make it a point that you're not going to drop out. You're going to work with them, and you'll have backlogs, no problem. You will catch up as you settle down in the program, you will catch up. And please do spread the word in the community. Very important. Students can still join now. It's not late. Please do spread. We should have the missionary zeal to spread the word in the community. Bring the children, let them be part of it. Talk to your adults, your colleagues, neighbors, friends, relatives, let them be part of this program. Be benefited from the wonderful teachings of Srimad Bhagwat Gita. Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's very nice to see you all. Jai Guru Shri Krishna Maharaj ki, Jai Guru Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki, Jai Guru Shri Sewa Chandra Prabhu ki, Jai Guru Pavan Sudha Hanuman ki, Jai Guru Ved Mandir ki, Jai Guru Geeta Maiya ki.
बोलिए श्री नारायण भगवान की जय, श्री गुरुदेव भगवान की जय, श्री गुरुदेव। आज इतना अच्छा पवित्र दिन, जैसे कि तृतीया अमावस्या जो साल में एक बार आती है, और इस दिन यहाँ पर सभी लोग बैठकर जो गीता का ज्ञान या गीता चैंटिंग जो आप लोगों ने की, और भरत जी का नाम तो उनको श्रीकांत जी के मुखारविंद से जो गीता का ज्ञान, वही गीता का ज्ञान भगवत गीता जो भगवान कृष्ण ने परमात्मा ने जो अर्जुन को प्रदान की, तो वही इस पवित्र अवसर पर और शास्त्रों के माध्यम से, जो कि पितृपक्ष में गीता का पाठ करने से हमारे पितरों का मोक्ष होता है, आप लोग भी इस प्रकार से समृद्ध होकर इस वेद मंदिर में विराजमान होकर पवित्र अवसर पर जो गीता का ज्ञान का माध्यम दिया, ये आपको बड़े पुण्यात्मा धर्मात्मा जो आपका जो पुण्य है उदय हुआ, या आपके पितरों का आशीर्वाद से आप आज वेद मंदिर में एकत्रित हुए। एक बार आप लोगों ने जोरदार तालियों से स्वागत आपका। इसलिए कि हमारे जो इस वेद मंदिर के स्वामी जी हैं, वो भी महाराज जी के दर्शन किए आप लोगों ने, और कृष्णंस के नियम के माध्यम से उनका जो स्वागत सम्मान किया गया, इस अवसर पर आप लोग भी यहाँ पर आए। और इसके साथ साथ कल का जो दिवस से नवरात्रि प्रारंभ, माता जी का दिवस 9 दिन का यहाँ पर बड़े धूमधाम से, आप सभी जानते हैं कि वेद मंदिर में हर साल की भांति यहाँ पर गरबा होता है। तो गरबा का जो समय है शाम को 7:30 से प्रारंभ होगा और रात के 10 बजे तक। उसमें भी महान कलाकार सुप्रसिद्ध गायक न्यू जर्सी के पहले दिन जो कि कल यहाँ पर राजगुरु, उसके बाद मंगलवार को गौरव साहब और बाकी हमारे नेतृत्व के डिवोटी है वो लोग करेंगे। इस प्रकार से हम लोग यहाँ पर अष्टमी का हवन भी करेंगे, कन्या पूजन भी करेंगे। उसके साथ साथ विजयदशमी बड़ी धूमधाम से मनाएंगे। कृपया करके आप वेद मंदिर की वेबसाइट चेक करें और वेद मंदिर की वेबसाइट पर जाकर देखें। अभी जाते समय यहाँ पर फ्लायर लगी हो पूरे महीने की, उसकी भी फोटो ले लें अपने अपने फोन से, और साथ में सभी लोगों के अपने अपने ग्रुप होते हैं, उन ग्रुप में वो सब भेजेंगे। वेद मंदिर इस प्रकार का यहाँ पर फंक्शन प्रोग्राम हो रहे हैं, आप सब लोग आए, महाप्रसाद लेकर ही जाएँ। आज के महाप्रसाद के यजमान वेद मंदिर के डिवोटी के साथ साथ भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं उनको उनका मनोकामना पूर्ण हो। श्रीवर्तस्वायुष्यमारोग्यमागदा शोभमानमह्यते धानं धान्यं बहुपुत्राणं शतसंवत्सरं वीर्यमायुः। इसी प्रकार से आप लोग वेद मंदिर से जुड़े और दूसरों को भी जोड़े। एक मंत्र इस प्रकार का